Okay, so I'm talking about scissor sweeps to the guys, and not just scissor sweeps, but the 4 fundamental sweeps of the closed guard, right? Because we have different closed guard sweeps, the bump, scissor, flower, and pendulum. So for me, the bump sweep, and there's a plethora of ways to do this. I'm blocking the arm, I sweep them over into the mount, right? I have the pendulum sweep, which where I have his arm and his sleeve. I have his leg, I open my legs up, and I can sweep him into the mount, right? And very similarly, I have his pant leg, and I have his sleeve on this side. I stomp on his hip or the ground, and I knock him over, and I have the flower sweep going into mount. So those are your 3 out of the 4. The other one being the scissor sweep. Now it's a bummer that we have both blue geese on right now, but I'll show slowly. So one of the things that I would like is for Gavin's weight to be forward, okay? Or he could be on one knee, 1 foot. So if he's like this and he's cocked to the side, it sets things up as well. Okay, back down. So I can use pretty much every upper body grip there is to pull him forward. Double sleeves and with my knees, right? Or just the sleeves. I can have elbows, I can have elbow sleeves. I can have a collar and an elbow, I can have a collar tie and an elbow. Doesn't matter what it is, I can use an upper body grip and my knees to pull him forward. Now, I would like to hip escape and have my shin come across his body. You have hip escapes where, not hip escapes, sorry, scissor sweeps where my shin's down at the belt, but he can put his chest on my body a little bit differently here. So when I have my knee up in his face, it's a different one, different position, and my foot's higher up in his armpit. Now, I can use every grip except for like double sleeve grips, because then if I do that, or double collar grips, he can put his hands out. Now we can also use that in combination to put his hand on the ground so that I can chase submissions like triangles and stuff like that. So you can use the principle of the scissor sweep to set up submissions, but I want to pull him forward with my knees or with the sleeve. Now, to complete the basic sweep, maybe I put my hip on the ground, I post, I'm up on my elbow, I pull him towards me, chopping the bottom, kicking the top, punching my punching my top fist and pulling the bottom, right? And I come into the top position. Super simple. What I really don't like about the scissor sweep though, especially NoGi, is it sets Gavin up for just jumping for a foot lock, right? Yeah, throw your feet up here to Ashi. Yeah, landing in a foot lock position. So because my hands are preoccupied with stopping the arm in the direction that we're going, usually, depending on how I'm grabbing him, sets me up to get foot lock or heel hook right here. Bam, I'm like right in this position, you just gotta throw a leg over. So that's what makes me kind of scared in certain positions to do this. Now, if I have double sleeves and I can do that and I can prevent him from grabbing my foot, then yes, I can get away with it more. Right now though, we're gonna come back to, after we understand all that, we're gonna warm up with this position. I have his sleeve, or I have his elbow sleeve, but he's not allowed to touch the ground, okay? And I have his collar on this side. You also have his collar on this side. For now, I'm gonna just hold the far side collar because we've been doing Osoto Gari and different things like this. It's kind of a familiar grip for you. I'm gonna put my feet on the ground, right? And hip escape away up to my elbow. So I post it on my elbow. This means I can really pull him back now, and then I'm able to chop the top and the bottom, putting him onto his back. If he tries to get up, it's hard for him because I got that sleeve. As soon as I let go of the sleeve, Gavin's gonna get up and recover, right? So I'm holding that arm or that sleeve, whether it's gi or no gi, as the basic principle. Again, instead of just hip escaping and staying on my shoulder, I prefer to be on my side, and I hip escape on this elbow, and I'm up onto the elbow. Got my knee and my bottom leg into position. I pull him forward, chop him over, use my collar and the sleeve to help pull myself into mount, pinning him and pushing him as I get into mount like this. Scissor sweep warm up. We're gonna go over some other things, but that was like the overall game of scissor sweeps, and it was what I want you to base. One more time. This is what I want you to do verbatim. Okay? He's got his hands on my belt. In that position, I got his sleeve, cat's paw grip right here, right? And this hand's up on the collar. I put my foot on the ground, and I hip escape, getting up onto my elbow, bringing my knee in front of him. This leg will now drop off a little bit, off of his knee, pull, kick, pull myself in the mount. I'm all the way up on top. pushing him down in case he tries to. Because usually if he hip escapes, he's going to hip escape this way. This helps to push his shoulder back down to the notch. Understood, guys?
Understood.